It's not death that I fear. Not anymore. My spirit was broken just by seeing that aura. If caught, I would have had no way to resist. That is what this aura is telling me. This is as far as I can go. Hello and welcome to Hunter x Hunter 101, the series that breaks down everyone and everything in the Hunter x Hunter world. And today, we are going to be inspecting the bespectacled gentleman hunter, Knov. Knov is a young hunter typically seen in a schmick black suit and pale blue tie, who was first introduced in the series during the Chimera Ant arc. At first glance, Knov appears to sport a cold and distant demeanor with a sense of overwhelming confidence that borders on arrogance. However, much of this is a facade which serves to mask a deeply caring and cautious individual. Now, unfortunately, disgustingly little is known about Knov's background, and when I say little, I mean nothing. He appears in the series as a highly experienced hunter, and despite the fact that he does not have any star rating from the Hunter Association, he was one of the two individuals trusted by Chairman Netero to accompany him to the Neo-Green Life Autonomous Region to conduct the extermination of the Chimera Ant threat. Furthermore, Knov is also skilled enough to have his own apprentice, a woman by the name of Palm Siberia, who also happens to be entirely infatuated with him. And despite Knov's general public demeanor, the two of them do share a strong bond, and he does genuinely care for Palm, having shown to be exceptionally worried about her safety during the extermination mission. Knov also seems to be very aware of Palm's feelings towards him, and he has used this knowledge to manipulate and calm her down on at least one occasion. And Knov's caring side would pop out briefly once more, when he entered NGL, encountering Killua and an unconscious Gon for the first time. After the two were taunted by Moral, Knov told him to go easy on the boys, showing a hint of sympathy for their situation, although a severe lack of empathy because he immediately dismissed Killua's concerns of being able to complete their mission. He further told Killua that people tend to become fearful and irrational when facing the unknown. And let's all just take a moment to file that statement away in memory for future reference. But for now, Knov's role in the extermination quest was absolutely integral due to his particular Nen abilities. Knov is a conjurer, meaning that he can create physical constructs from his aura, and with this in mind, Knov has developed quite an impressive Hatsu known as Hide and Seek, which allows Knov to conjure rooms that exist within a pocket dimension, and then in reality he can craft a portal to these rooms by drawing various symbols in a circle. In total, the space Knov can create has been said to equate to a 4-level mansion, containing 21 separate rooms of various sizes, and very importantly, each room is completely separate from the others. So if you were a guest in Knov's minimalist mansion, in order to access one room from another, you would have to step out of the pocket dimension and re-enter it from the appropriate connecting portal. However, this does not apply to Knov, who happens to possess a very handy master key, which is able to connect any room to any previously established portal, wherever in the world it just so happens to be. This Hatsu has been hailed as an extraordinary ability amongst prominent hunters and even members of the Zodiac, making Knov a leader in the field of storage and transportation. And the idea that Knov can conjure and maintain a structure of this scale within a pocket dimension should also be highlighted, because we've encountered similar powers over the course of the series, such as Chitu's Tag Hatsu, but they come with strict conditions and limitations. So the fact that Knov is able to create and sustain the structure, seemingly indefinitely, says vast amounts about his skill as an end user. Of course, it doesn't end there either, because Knov can also use this form of aura offensively as well via the Hatsu Scream, whereby he conjures a portal between his hands, wraps it around his opponent, and on command the portal then closes, sending whatever unfortunate parts were caught in it into the pocket dimension, which is just terrifying. So equipped with Hide and Seek, Knov's primary mission during the extermination was to secure entry into the Ant King's palace by scattering various strategically placed portals in and around the premises. Sounds like a simple enough task, however this would end up becoming the greatest obstacle Knov had ever encountered in his life. To start with some perspective, the pure strength of the Chimera Ants in question was entirely off the scale compared to anything we had seen in the series at that point. A single member of the Royal Guard was able to easily slaughter an incredibly powerful hunter in the form of Kite, and as for King Meruem himself, well, he remains the strongest living being we have ever seen in this world. And you know, all of a sudden Knov doesn't look so great in comparison, and it was his job to infiltrate their stronghold alone, a task in which fear consumed more and more of Knov the closer he got to the building. And this fear would later overwhelm him when he encountered the N of Shiapuf, one of the King's Royal Guard. Now, to be clear, this was not Shiapuf's Ren, which is a hostile expression of aura that can result in the bloodlust phenomenon. This was a simple N, an extension of aura performed by the user to keep a keen awareness of their immediate surroundings. However, this N was potent and sinister enough to send Knov into a state of pure terror, not so much because he feared death, but because he feared the torture that he may be subject to, as well as his inability to endure it, and thus causing the entire operation to fail. And so Knov swiftly retreated, and once he was out of range, he collapsed both mentally and physically, suffering a breakdown that would lead to his hair turning completely white and his subsequent withdrawal from the extermination team. And in fact, this event went on to completely reshape Knov's character from cold and confident to a more warm and empathetic persona. Furthermore, it also led him to developing great respect for Gon and Killua, the two young boys that he had previously taken pity on from their first encounter, where they were broken and defeated. And Knov was now experiencing the entirely opposite situation, becoming fearful and irrational due to the unknown, the exact same thing that he accused Killua of being subject to. Meanwhile, Gon and Killua marched confidently into the extermination mission, determined to succeed, while Knov was rendered helpless. That thought went on to spark a huge sense of guilt within Knov for not being able to participate, and despite his trauma, he did summon the courage to step into the palace, saving the life of Shoot in the process, although Knov's trauma was still such that it was reflected in the almost complete loss of his hair. Following the death of Meruem and the success of the mission, Knov, filled with emotions of complex guilt, respect, and responsibility, became one of the chief architects who ensured Gon's recovery from the incident at all costs. And I literally mean all costs, as he even offered to pay for the rebuilding of an entire hospital should it come to that. And after Gon's successful recovery, Knov is one of several key figures who accompanies him to the election of the 14th Hunter Chairman. And currently, Knov has made tremendous steps towards his mental recovery, and has even agreed to partially accompany the expedition to the Dark Continent, although he refuses to set foot on the continent itself, which was the point of origin of the Chimera Ants, showing that Knov still retains a heavy layer of trauma from which he may never recover. Some more fun facts about Knov. Knov has a particular penchant for gambling, which was shown when he wagers 1 million Jenny against Moral, and furthermore stating that he has an appetite for long shots. Thankfully, he is a good sport though, and he did end up paying Moral after losing the bet. Knov's name is entirely possibly based on the word knob, due to his ability that one might say allows him to create doors into his pocket dimension. And finally, a truly useless fact. When entering NGL, a nation that bans any form of modern technology or materials, Knov quite clearly broke the rules simply by wearing his glasses. But that pretty much does it for Knov. If you enjoyed this video and the content this channel produces in general, then please do consider donating to the New World Review Patreon, because the support of all you amazing people is what continues to make this channel possible. And if Patreon isn't quite your style, then please do leave this video a like, share, or subscribe, because it also helps support this channel an incredible amount. And if you'd like to join the fun at any time, then please do head over to my Discord server, where a wide array of shenaniganry takes place on a daily basis. And finally, please do comment with who, what, or where you'd like to see featured in the next Hunter x Hunter 101.